My name is Amanda Leslie. I'm going to be talking about some distortion patterns for my client Ken Reese. So for 7 years now, he's been working at a desk and at a computer, so it tends to look like this a lot. The first distortion pattern that we see with Ken is his rolled shoulders. Okay, the first exercise, stretch that I'm going to show you, it can be done by one person or two people. First off, if you have a partner, you're just going to reach back behind you, and then your partner is going to pull your scapula and your arms back towards each other, depending how flexible you are. If you're not as flexible, I would recommend just doing it by yourself, holding your palm on a wall and just stepping in towards the wall and then turning away. So it's going to open up my shoulder and my pectoralis major. Okay, second distortion pattern that we see is his rectus abdominis is very overactive, so he does a lot of flexion, and that's going to weaken his extensors. So he's going to we're going to want to go into a cobra. So we're just going to lengthen his rectus abdominis here. Okay. Also, this is going to lead into stretching out his hip flexors, which we see a lot of because he's sitting for so long. His hip flexors are just going to be very overactive. So go into a deep lunge position, and what he's going to want to do is contract his glute and push his hip forward. That's going to get his hip flexors. Okay, make sure that you get both sides. I want both sides to be even. The last one that we're going to talk about is his calf muscles, or his gastrocnemius and his soleus. So for people with really good dorsiflexion, they're going to go up against a wall. And you're going to push your foot and you're going to come in towards the wall. Because my foot keeps slipping, that proves that I don't have very good dorsiflexion. So one that you can do instead of that is actually going to be, you're going to put an object on the floor, depending how good your flexion is. You're going to put your foot on that object and you're going to lean into it. Okay, so this is actually a good enough dorsiflexion for me to get a stretch. Okay, so this here with my legs straight like this is going to get my gastrocnemius. And then if I want to get my soleus a little bit more, all I'm going to do is just bend my knee a little bit. And that's going to get my soleus in there. So for each of these stretches, you're going to hold it for around 20 to 30 seconds. And you're going to want to do it 2 times or so, 2 to 3 times, depending on how much you want to stretch.